Jennifer Connelly is here. At the age of 10, she auditioned for director Sergio Leone, landing a role in his gangster epic Once Upon a Time in America. Her latest work as Alicia Nash opposite Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind has earned her a Golden Globe Award. Russell and the director and even John Nash himself. Was it one of those things where you thought, my God, if I could just do this, it would be an unparalleled opportunity for me at this point in my career?
That sounds very much like something that I said.
Yeah, and it seems, not knowing much about acting, but it would seem to me that when you watch the transition in her and her journey, it's even more compelling as a part, and even more compelling to the film.
Yeah, and it was, you know, it was.
Now we have some of your paintings. Do you mind if we look at them?
No, that'd be
I didn't realize you painted, but you're serious about it, right?
Yeah. I had an art show.
Now, you know who was on the program not so long ago was Lisa Marie Presley, and I understand she's a friend of yours. Is that right?
Yes.
How did you become friends with her? You mentioned Nicolas Cage there.
Right.
And how did you get that? We've been through this before, but Marilyn comes from Marilyn Monroe.
And Charles Manson.
Yeah. Well, that's
so
nice.
The extremes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm into.
And are you touring at all this summer?
Yes. Well, we just did this stuff in Europe, the grotesque burlesque.
Now, what does that mean exactly, the golden age of grotesque? But you got quite a lot of attention. You were featured in the film Bowling for Columbine?
Yes.
Yes. And how have you found the reaction to that to be?
So glad that we're poor and we couldn't get a good hotel like the big anchors did right next to the convention center. And so I'm walking around going, there ain't nobody for Hillary here. The perennial swing state, I know the demos have moved a little bit in Ohio in favor of the Republicans. And I was like, well, if I can't find anybody that's going to vote for Hillary, that is clearly some sign, right? And then I asked them, all right, the last question I'd always ask, would you have voted for Bernie? Remember, this is right after the DNC, right? And he's like, of course, yeah. Bernie's for us. Well, there's more to it than that, actually. So that's absolutely true. And what by the way, what Michael's referring to is you also have larger sample sizes nationwide. So the polling is more likely to be accurate. And there's giant organizations that are polling it. And in figuring that out a little bit earlier than folks.
I'll take more of the credit, actually.
Yeah, more to Michael, because I flip-flopped a little bit at the end as to who would win by the narrow margin. And by the way, I know, absolutely. That's the only thing that it vindicates is my prediction. Everything else is meaningless.
Okay.
No, seriously.
That's what matters.
That's what matters the most. So in the